Alright, this is Calibos and we're playing Enigmatica 2. So, when we last left, we were grinding our way through mechanism here. So we've just finished these. Let's go ahead and complete these quests really quick. We need to click this button and then there. Then unclick that button. And do this. So it gives us more of the biofuel, which we will eventually be using. So next step, let's make a chemical injection chamber. And we'll also chuck these in here because we totally don't need those. Chemical injection chamber. So let's go ahead and grind our way back up this again. Alright, so now we have the chemical injection chamber, which it still doesn't like. Go us. Alright, so that was the chemical injection chamber. Elite universal cable. Elite. Whoa. It's freaking. Elite universal cable. Let's see how many we need. 8. Okay, at least that one claimed. Something anyway. Robot. We have 1 or 2 robots, which it doesn't like. Alright, so these are all completed. Let's go ahead and turn these in, I guess. I have to say, making some of this stuff is super annoying. And you're about to see that. So, osmium, sure, that's great. Okay, so next step, we need to make the chemical infuser. Did we already do that? Chemical infuser. So we're going to need 2 basic gas tanks. 1, 2. And that gives us the chemical infuser. So, which also it is not detecting. Perfect. So we're going to do this the fun way. Edit. Claim that one. Done. Done. Look, let's take that. Ta-da. Okay. So, at this point, we are trying to make HDPE pellets. Well, technically it wants sheets, but in order to make the sheets, we need pellets. So at this point, I'm willing to just kind of like set it up temporarily to make this, because I mean, it's the only way we're going to do it. It is something of a hassle. So we are going to need a pressurized reaction chamber. Okay. We're also going to need oxygen, and we're going to need liquid ethylene. So the liquid ethylene we get from using a condensator from ethylene, and ethylene we get from hydrogen and water. As a side effect, from turning biofuel into substrate. So we're actually going to need 2 PRCs. So let's make another one. It'll be fun. So they tell us. That's an enrichment chamber. So we're going to need one of these, and one of these, and one of those, and one of those. So now we have 2 PRCs. We're going to need an electrolytic separator. Electrolytic separator. So, starting with the electrolytic separator here, we have to give it water. So let's get an ender tank. And I believe if we get some lapis, 2, 3, we can pop that there, and then we'll just pretend that it's filled with water. Oh, how convenient. So that will give us oxygen and hydrogen in equal measure. Now, the reason this had power in it is because we were holding it, in case you care. So one of the things that we can do is put that brick back. Is we can put the separator up against that, put the water down on top of it. So now it will continue to do this thing. Right? So let's go to our next step, HDPE. So oxygen, we definitely need oxygen into one of our PRCs. Let's concentrate on the liquid ethylene first. Liquid ethylene. So we need a condensator, and we need to put ethylene through the condensator. So we'll need water and hydrogen and biofuel in order to make substrate with a byproduct of ethylene. So we'll have to put hydrogen into this PRC. So we'll say hydrogen's on this side, so we'll have a PRC there. And now we need some of the gas, pressurized tubes. I mean, we're only really going to need one, right? So now we're going to put yellow, I guess. Fluids. Items. Okay, configurator. We're just going to say heat, energy, gas. Boom. So now it is pumping hydrogen into this. So let's make another ender tank. And we'll get some more lapis. Lapis, 1, 2, 3. Pop the ender tank here. And then we're just going to put... 2, 3. So it should, items, fluids, top. Okay, so fluids. Is that not what it wants? Oh my gosh. So let's move this thing temporarily. Okay, so this is one of my biggest problems with mechanism. Let's check out a mechanical pipe. Mechanical pipe. Let's make an advanced mechanical pipe. And then we'll configurator. Okay. So now we need to pump the oxygen out. Am I doing this correctly? Let's check it out. HTTP. All right. So, right. So we need the oxygen to go into another PRC with the liquid ethylene. So, PRC. We'll bring that forward, I guess. And gas pipe. And then we'll configure this to gases. Oh my gosh, seriously? This is like the biggest problem with mechanism in my mind, this right here. So, oxygen is now pumping in here. So what we're going to need to be doing now is making ethylene. So we have the biofuel. And as I recall, if we put the biofuel into here, that gives us substrate with a little bit of ethylene. Perfect, right? So now we're going to take the ethylene, which is a gas, and then we're going to put it in this rotary condensator. But wait, there's more. Oh, seriously. Rotary condensator. So it should. Oh my gosh. Mechanism. Oh, it's not outputting, right? So now, let's get some conduit. Or flux ducts, I guess. So now we are producing liquid ethylene. And we're also producing substrate. So if you'll recall, we'll go back to our HDPE. It requires liquid ethylene and oxygen and substrate. So now all we have to do is pump our mechanical stuff into that, and hopefully set this to fluids. And now we extract. And then we take our substrate from over here. Let's keep chucking stuff in there. And I suspect that we simply don't have enough yet. Oxygen, liquid ethylene, oxygen, liquid ethylene. So, yeah, I mean, this is us working. Not sure how much it needs before it takes over, but this is the entirety of the process. This is kind of a mess, and I'm sure that there's probably a simpler way of doing it. I wish it would tell us how much it takes. Now, according to the quest, we want 16 sheets. Now, we can make sheets with either 8 of the HDP pellets, or we can put 3 pellets in an enrichment chamber to get a single sheet. So going this way, we're going to need 48 pellets. That means this is likely to take a while. But I mean, it's set up. Why is this not... grades, muffling, speed, energy... Okay. Oh, I have a theory, guys. More power. Alright, so I think we said we needed 48 of these pellets. I think that we can arrange for this. It's just a matter of waiting now. So let me show you a magical trick. 1, 2, 3, 4 machines. Let's So that's the other annoying thing about Mechanism, is it's super loud. But fortunately, Mechanism allows for its own. All right. Silencing. So we can start here and chuck in 4 of those. Start here. Chuck in 4 of those. And notice the immediate reduction in sound. Okay, sound is good. So we just need 5 more of these pellets and we're shiny. 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom. So now we can put these in an enrichment thing, and that should give us the sheets that we need. So clearly there is an issue with that. But for the most part, that's not going to be a problem. All right, sort back on. Let's go for our HDPE. We've got our 16 sheets. We are full of sheets. All right, we've got that done. So that's the HDPE is probably, it's not the most complex setup, but it's probably the most complex for a single item, as far as I am aware. I don't think any of the rest of them are really that challenging. Even 5 times ore, I mean, it's a stage at a time, so you don't have to worry about it too much. So I don't really care about any of the rest of this. We can just rip it up, unless we'll leave it for now to see if we need it. As far as making more biomass, so if we take like saplings, if we just take like 64 oak saplings, and we infusion factory, crushing factory, and we just, do we not have a, so you'll notice that they are, that is how we make biofuel, is we just crush, you know, pretty much biomass into that. So we can make more pellets and whatnot whenever we want, because we're cool like that. So our next quest is the chemical crystallizer. And this is one of the steps for the 5 times ore production. Chemical crystallizer. It's not molten lithium. Induction port, induction casing, and induction cell. Oh, this looks like a giant battery. Nice. But sounds like this is a good place to stop. We'll call it here, and I'll probably just pick right back up in a second. So, yeah, if you liked it, leave a like. If you don't. Questions, comments, concerns, they can all go below. And I'm glad that you guys are staying to watch. So I'd like to go ahead and thank everybody for coming to see me, because apparently you have. Yeah. So have a good night.